What's up, world? I'm Nick. This is Nikki.
Hi.
Welcome to our sports show.
Welcome. We're going to begin by writing down the Week 8 NFL scores.
It was a lot of interesting games this week. You know, we had one big one, of course, Rams versus Saints. And another one, Battle of the GOATs, Tom Brady versus Aaron Rodgers. So the first game, which would have been a Thursday night game, Raiders versus 49ers. And the score was 49ers 34, Raiders 3. My personal opinion, I feel like it looks like Gruden might be in over his head. I feel like he might be disconnected with the new, younger players.
Personally, I feel like his playbook is from 1989. What plays are you running out there? It's not the same game as it was. What was it? When was he coaching, like 20 years ago? I'm just saying it's not the same game. So you're going to have to evolve. You're going to have to make some changes. As far as I'm concerned, you obviously, you haven't changed your playbook.
And I don't feel like the players, they're excited to be playing for him. He came into the job with the whole, he won the Super Bowl. But it's
and
like,
then he trade
Lil Mac.
Which is like their best player.
Right? And then he traded their receiver to the Cowboys, Cooper.
And then I feel that sends a message of like no respect because that means there's no loyalty. You're running the same plays as you were when you were originally coaching. And what year was this? I believe this is 1989. So he's running the same playbook as he was in 1989. You can't be running them same plays out there. Okay, Gruden, you got paid $100 million. All right?
All right, we understand. We all understand.
$100 million in these streets.
Gruden.
And this what you doing out here?
The verdict is still out on you. Then we have my boys, the Miami Dolphins versus the New York Jets. Final score was Miami Dolphins 13, New York Jets 6.
Oh, that's cute. You guys won.
We got the W, made it happen.
So that was a divisional game.
We got Fitzpatrick from Alabama. He was our first round pick. He plays safety. He's actually a real baller. And also today, shout out to Frank Gore. Today he became the 6th overall rushing leader in NFL history.
I know Frank Gore. He's been playing a long time.
Yeah.
I know him.
Yeah, he used to play for San Francisco.
That's what I'm saying. I know that name.
Yeah, Frank Gore. He from Miami.
Good.
He went to University of Miami. He just a bruiser and he been holding it down.
I just remember there was like a whole little like ESPN story when they tried to count him out. So, and then he came back and had like an amazing year. So I remember that.
Shout out to Frank.
I feel like with the Jets, who's it? Sam Donaldson?
Sam Darnold.
Okay, so he was supposed to be the great hope. We'll leave the extras out. The great hope. I mean, I don't know. It was all good. What was it? Week 1 and 2? 2 and 3. But since then,
I just feel like the Jets, they don't have an identity. You know what I mean? Like,
I think it has something to do with that. I
the head coach, he on his way out. He's like, bro, you haven't done nothing, so you deserve to be fired.
I think you're right.
On
I think they need to find their identity, and I think that's the issue with the Jets. We'll see. I mean, as far as the season goes, there's like not really much happening there.
Y'all let us know down in the comments. What do you
Yeah. There's certain teams in the NFL that you don't expect much from, so you don't really care about them. I know that's messed up to say, but it's the truth. Until you guys start winning some games and establishing who you are, you're just kind of one of those under the radar teams. Personally, I feel that's the Jets, Bills.
So she basically saying that the Jets are the Clippers
Well, you know what I'm trying to say? Like
to the New York Giants. Next we have Buffalo Bills versus the Chicago Bears.
Oh, 2 teams that don't matter in the NFL as far as
Next.
Honestly, guys, let's not. I'm sorry. I don't mean, no. Just come on now. Next. No, just no. No.
Shout out to the Bears. Shout out to the quarterback. The Bears won 41-9. Bears won 41-9.
Next. They were playing the Bills. Next.
Next we have Buccaneers versus the Panthers. This was a good one. Like we were saying earlier.
So who won?
The Panthers won 42-28.
Killer Ken.
Killer Ken.
Out here in these streets.
Killer Cam, he passed for
with an S on my chest.
247 yards
Hey.
and 2 tubs.
Hey.
McCaffrey was on one. Like, people be sleeping on
You know what? There
McCaffrey.
was just like a little expose on McCaffrey this morning. We see you, McCaffrey. We know what you're doing.
Bro been balling.
We know you were a baller in college, okay?
He got those genes.
So, yes.
Got
we
those
already
genes.
know.
Jameis, you done. Like, they gave you multiple opportunities.
You know, listen, Jameis. Okay? Listen, Jameis. I mean, honestly, it's just sad because we
root for you.
I know we wanted to see you.
I want to see you do big things.
We wanted to see you excel.
But it's like sometimes you be overanalyzing. I see you just think too much.
Like you
just play
think
the
too
game.
much on the field. Like I don't know what it is. Like first of all, too many interceptions.
Too many. He been throwing these picks since Florida State.
And at the end of the day, this Uber situation, whatever it was, come on now. So you let Fitzmagic come on the field.
So you got your job taken by a 40-year-old virgin.
I'm not going to say that, but come on, Fitzmagic. All of a sudden, you're using Deshaun Jackson, who looked obsolete until Fitzmagic came on the field. Like, you have weapons out there that are not being used, and you were exposed when Fitzmagic came on the field. So,
it's like when you in a game, it seems like they're running an entirely different playbook. It's like stuff don't look the same.
What plays is you running? And what plays is
Yeah.
Magic? Y'all not running the same.
It look like they sabotaged against you.
Your offense is capable of getting the job
Like,
done.
Jameis, you a young man. Like, what's up? Like, what's really, Jameis? Let us know in the comments what's really going on.
I don't think Jameis is going to let us know per
Jameis,
se.
let us know
But
what's
hey,
really
maybe
going
you
on.
Buccaneers fans, maybe if, I don't know, you guys are probably indifferent for, yourselves.
Buccaneer Nation, how y'all feel about Jameis and his future with you guys? Is he the franchise quarterback? Or y'all ready to move
he's
on?
gonna get that contract?
He ain't looking like he want the bag.
Jameis, don't want the bag though.
He don't look like he want the bag. He ain't acting like it.
No, he don't look like he wants
He ain't acting like it. We don't know. Jameis, you might be in Jacksonville next year. I'm saying it now.
Oh, that's a good one.
Jameis, you gonna be in
I see
Jacksonville
him
next
there.
year. I see Jameis in
I
Jacksonville
see him
next year.
there.
I
Maybe
see
that'll be a
Jameis.
better fit.
I see Jameis in Jacksonville next year. We said it here first on Nic
Yeah,
Nikki.
we said it on our sports show. I can see him here. I think that might be.
Right? I'm the first to say it.
I can see that. Okay.
Jameis,
Maybe.
you'll be in Jacksonville
Maybe
next
that'll
year.
work better for
You'll
you.
be in Jacksonville next year.
Maybe.
They ain't gonna give you the max, but
Something?
Next we have, this was actually a big game. It was the rematch from college. They played against each other in college. Kansas City Chiefs versus the Cleveland Browns. Baker Mayfield versus Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, Mahomes.
The rematch.
Oh. So Mahomes out here in these streets, looking like a veteran, like he been out here, So who are?
The winner was Kansas City Chiefs. They won
Obviously.
37-20.
So do you think Mahomes the real deal?
He looked ready. He looked like he was born for it. Like we said, his pops played in the league. I think his uncle might have played in the league too.
And they showed like all those little highlights of his dad. Like, he was basically at batting practice and all that with his
And then
dad.
we got,
so he obviously was like a born pitcher or thrower. So.
And then we have Andy Reid. They call him the quarterback whisperer. You know what I mean? He sits down with him on the bench. You always see him constantly giving each other feedback on the plays. I feel like
Mahomes personally to me does look like the real deal, but is it his rookie year?
this is his second year, but last year they had Alex Smith.
Okay. I just feel like, but it's his first year starting.
This is his first year starting. He played last year preseason.
So honestly, I can't give you that title until it's like your second year starting, because we've been down this road. We've seen what happened with like RG3, although he got hurt.
He got hurt.
And then we also seen what happened with Dallas. Who?
I feel like Dak, he's still cool though. Like,
But I'm just saying, like, Dak, we was ready to give it to him, like, first year. And then the second year, he was looking a little botchy. So, honestly, until we have that second season of starting from Mahomes, I can't give it to him yet. Or I can't give him that title yet. But from what I see, I think he pretty much has that title and he will retain that title. He's looking like the truth.
He
He's
went-
more stats.
Patrick Mahomes, he went 23 out of 32 for 375 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Baker Mayfield went 29 to 42 for 247 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. I feel like we see here, Baker Mayfield, like they're expecting their rookie quarterback to come in here and throw the ball 42 times. Like, that's too much. You asking too much. 42 times? They got Chubb. Chubb had 22 carries for 85 yards and 1 touchdown. I just, like, Cleveland was outmatched. What can we say? They were outmatched.
But Cleveland, though, I see you guys. You guys are fighting so hard, okay? Cleveland, you stay in there. Obviously, they just fired their coach, right?
They fired their offensive coordinator and the head coach.
Because you can tell the head coach, you know, he cared.
He done. He won 3 games and nigga.
Yeah, but he cared.
He run 3 games.
He cared.
In 3 years or something like
but
that.
I feel like you have some hope with Baker Mayfield, and I don't know what they're missing. Maybe it's a running back. Maybe it's a new coach.
I think they're missing a culture. You think about Cleveland Browns, you think about Jim Brown. You know what I mean? It's like, since then, what has happened? What attracts players to go to Cleveland? Like, what's going on there? Like, okay, now you have Baker Mayfield. Cool, but it's like, they need something there. They need a spark.
With a couple of tweaks, I think they can get there. I think they're closer than they have been in the past. I feel like they have hope. So, Cleveland fans, hang in there.
We got Pittsburgh versus Baltimore. This was a divisional game. Pittsburgh won 23-16. Antonio Brown, he had another tub. So this week 8, he got 7 touchdowns in 8 weeks of football. So he balled. He actually balled. He one of my favorite receivers.
Antonio is a baller. I mean,
he was counted out.
Was he? When?
He was by everybody. He came from a small college.
But I'm saying once he was established, no one counted.
He played with a chip on his shoulder. That's what you got.
And that's how you gotta play.
You feel me? And he from Florida. You know how they get down.
I'm not a big fan of the Steelers. They doing Le'Veon dirty. Roethlisberger, I mean, some weeks he looks like he want to play. Some weeks he don't look like he want to play. I don't know. It's like he's going through a midlife crisis. It's like, do you want to be on the field or do you not want to be on the field? Le'Veon's not there. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the Steelers right now. I don't care if you win or don't win.
And
like,
even the head coach. It's like, head coach, you black, Le'Veon black. It's like, stand up for him. Like, what's really going on? Not like it just, come on, man. We see what's going on.
Like, y'all doing Le'Veon dirty. So I don't root for y'all. I don't care if y'all win or don't win. Y'all doing Le'Veon a little bit dirty as far as I'm concerned. So I'm not feeling that. Like, you got to take care of your players, especially if they do their best and work their hardest to take care of you. You want to be what you are without a specific player. Yeah, you might be winning some games, but at the end of the day, besides Roethlisberger and Antonio Brown, I feel Le'Veon, he also adds to who you are and your identity. Don't treat people who care about you like trash. Like, that's not right. That's wrong.
I feel like Steeler Nation, like, y'all gotta let us know, like, what's really going on there.
You guys have a complete team. So
in the Steel City. What's going down there in the Steel City?
Pay everyone appropriately.
You
might have got a W, but at the end of the day, I feel like God just kind of winging it. Luckily, you have Roethlisberger and Antonio Brown, but other than that, I feel like you're still taking a chance by not having Le'Veon out there on the field.
Minnesota Vikings versus Detroit Lions. This was a divisional game also.
Okay.
The game was in Minnesota. Minnesota won 24-9.
Okay, next. I feel like these are two teams going anywhere.
Well, you know, Minnesota almost went to the Super Bowl last year.
Did they?
Yeah, you know. Yep, remember against the Saints, the last second touchdown? Remember Diggs, he ran it in? Kirk Cousins been doing cool, but like I said, like you saying, like they're not about to do no damage. None of these teams going to the Super Bowl.
Okay, next.
Next, we have the Falcons versus the Redskins. This was a good one because the Redskins are leading y'all division. Y'all know Nikki, she's a New York Giants fan. Till she died.
He's going through some things.
He's
going through some things right now.
They got a bye this week, so we ain't even going to get into that, okay?
We're going to be back.
You know, people were saying that Redskins, they D was this, they D was that. Julio never ripped them up.
We can talk about Adrian Peterson.
We can talk about AP. They was on him today, though. They was on AP today. They were on him.
Okay.
They were on him today.
I am a fan of Adrian Peterson because I don't know where they counted him out or thought that he wasn't going to be a good running back. Like, where was the decline in his stats? Like, although I'm a Giants fan, I can be realistic and say that, you know, I can see the good in certain teams, and I can like be like, oh, okay, this team's good, whatever. Like, I'm not a hater. So like at the end of the day, I feel like with Adrian Peterson, he gives them a great advantage. So all that adversity he was facing and people hating on him, like, he's going to be a factor. I mean, I guess he wasn't today. He was against us. I mean, I ain't gonna hate. See you, boo-boo. But, like, he's a good player. Like, I'm sick of this age thing. Come on, look at Tom Brady. Like, if there is no proof in the stats that a player has declined, can we stop talking about age and all this? Like, come on now. Like, this is, until the stats show that this player is not effective in a game, age is irrelevant.
And a personal shout out to Julio. He got his first tub of the year. Even though I believe
Julio, you just getting a tub. What do you mean?
Well, he's still in the top 3 in receiving yards in the league.
What you mean? It's week 8.
They've been triple teaming my boy. Like Julio,
Damn,
Julio, he a selfless player. He know that they're triple teaming him, so everybody else getting off. But he's still balling. But today he made it happen. Shout out to Julio. You feel me? And next we have the Texans versus the Broncos. Texans won 19-17.
Okay, I mean Broncos obviously besides who?
Von.
He
the whole squad.
How you got one player though? How you got
Bro,
one?
see what had to do one Super Bowl.
One player.
Bro, they whole squad. It's like literally.
Y'all got no quarterback. You got traded like your whole defense away or let them go.
DT got traded. You feel me?
Like y'all got one player. Like Broncos, I'm gonna need y'all to get it together. You won your Super Bowl, but after that, you guys are kind of not relevant.
Moving on.
Yeah, I mean,
moving on.
Hey, Von.
We have
yourself.
Hey, shout out to Von, straight balling.
By myself.
Next up, we have the Los Angeles Chargers versus the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay, who won?
Chargers won 25-17.
Russell, what you doing out here in these streets?
The Chargers improved to 6-2.
Russell!
Seahawks are 4-4.
Russell!
Like the Seahawks, they done though. Like they missed their window. You feel me? They won one. But then, you know what Pete Carroll did? He didn't give the ball to Marshawn. They ruined the team.
It's sad because I literally watch First Take every morning, and anytime you discuss Seahawks,
literally, people say the same
Stephen
thing.
A. Smith will not let you forget
they done
what Pete Carroll did.
We don't even need to talk about them. They done. They done.
Every day. Okay.
Russell Wilson held it down by himself.
And then what's his name? Gone. He's at the 49ers.
Sherman, he couldn't wait to leave. Earl, he got hurt this year. Cam Chancellor retired. Marshawn gone. They traded away all their receivers.
Sounds like your squad is gone.
They're done. Like, Pete, you done. You messed up the whole squad. Even though I love SC.
I feel like after that, you guys just were never
were
the same. I feel like you lost your identity. You had an identity, but after that, you lost it, which is like kind of sad because everyone was rooting for you. It was nice to see, especially Pete Carroll. You know, he was so successful in college, and it was nice to see him transition to the NFL.
Yeah, but then
I feel like that could have kept going, but that whole Super Bowl win, it's sad. It just really put like a damper on that entire team, and you can tell that things were never the same in Seattle after that.
What do you think about the Chargers, real quick? What do you think about the Chargers, real quick? I always wanted to know.
I mean, the Chargers are in LA. Certain teams, until you kind of make the playoffs or get to the Super Bowl or have been in contention the past couple of years.
Chargers are 6-2 this year.
Okay. Get to the playoffs, get to almost the Super Bowl or the Super Bowl. Other than that, I don't have much to say about you, unless you're in contention or have been in contention the past couple of years.
We have the Chargers. We have the Broncos, the Raiders, and the Chiefs. They're all in the same division. Who wins that division? Who wins that division? The Chiefs win that division?
Okay, that's a no-brainer.
Next, we have, this was one of the games of the week. It was the Rams versus the Saints. They were playing in New Orleans. The Rams came in undefeated. Saints come in with 1 L.
Rams, though. They're my adopted team right now. So
I mess with the Rams, too.
I'm kind of sad. I'm not sad because it's great that they went undefeated as long as they did.
Rams lost 45-35.
So personally, I just feel like maybe they were tired. I don't think this discounts them in any way. I just feel that maybe they could have been tired. It's great that they went undefeated as long as they did.
The Rams, their offense, explosive offense. They average 30 points per game this season.
I mean, the Rams are just amazing. They have a young head coach. I feel his playbook is so advanced. Like, he's
32 years old.
He's basically doing, like, video game stuff. Like, stuff you haven't even seen before. Like, you can watch the Rams right now. You would have never expected. Like, they're such an exciting team to watch.
And what you have is, their coach, he's 32. He's the same age as some of the players. And,
so you feel like he can relate to them?
Exactly. They're coming there listening to music together. He know about the cars that's coming out. They're at Noble. He talking about Noble. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like more of like a brotherhood. You know what I mean? That's why I get the vibe.
You know, I feel like they want to play for their coach. So although they lost this week, I don't really think that discredits them in any way. I feel like what the Rams are doing and their head coach is something really amazing. I think it's something new age and nuance. It's like the turning of the tide in the NFL. Like, if you're going to want to beat certain teams, you're going to have to do what the Rams are doing. You're going to have to do what the Chiefs are doing. Like, times are changing. There's different players, different coaches. Playbooks are evolving. Although they did lose today, I feel like the Rams are definitely in contention for a Super Bowl.
What you have today, from watching the game, you know what it was? Ever since Talib went down, the Rams secondary has struggled. They continue to struggle. Michael Thomas today, he ate Peters apart. He ate him, like, mismatch. You know what I mean? So once Talib gets back, they can seal up the back end, and get back to playing Rams football. Because today they gave up 45 points. Your offense scored 35. The offense scored 35. Defense, like, y'all should be winning that game if your offense putting up 35 points. There's no way y'all should lose.
Okay.
An offense putting up 35. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And the nightcap. The nightcap was the Patriots versus the Packers. The battle of the
Rodgers versus Tom Brady.
This is the second time meeting.
Out here, okay?
So, we have this debate. Everyone has been having it building up to this week. Everyone talking about who's better. What if, Aaron Rodgers had Bill Belichick? Would he be able to withstand the pressure, all the scrutiny? See, right now they say Aaron Rodgers played free. They said Tom Brady, it's kind of like the Spurs culture where, dribble 3 times, you got to pass it. You know what I mean?
Okay,
that's kind of how the Patriots are. Fundamental. You know what I mean? So, but it was a great game, to be honest. It was a good game.
It was like basically neck and neck up until the end. Exactly.
The Patriots, their defense showed up today. They only gave up 17.
No
Gronk. They didn't even have Gronk. And Patriots won 31-17.
In that matchup, personally for me, I'm not the biggest Tom Brady fan, but you can't deny what the man has done to Tom Brady.
You can't hate on Tom.
So
you hate on Tom, you just a hater.
Although Giants have beat him twice.
Yeah.
Super Bowl,
y'all
got
did.
2 rings.
Shout out to Gap in them. Shout out to Flexico Burris.
But anyways, did not expect the Patriots to lose, so that game ended how I thought it would end. I feel like Aaron Rodgers, as far as, being equivalent to Tom Brady, I don't feel like they are. I feel like Tom Brady is just next tier, next level.
He's next level.
I know people want to compare him, but it's kind of insulting to Tom because I feel at this point he's proven himself enough where there's no comparison. I've seen what he's done time and time again.
For real.
And,
For real.
You just can't deny that, although we have been twice in the Super Bowl Giants who got 2 rings. But other than that, Eli.
Giants don't buy this week. Y'all got to buy.
No, let's talk about the Giants because they keep hating on Eli. No, it's time to get into this. Now, let's get into the Giants. I had enough of this. No, I'm ready now.
Let us know in the comments.
No, I'm ready now.
And then we'll do a segment on the
I'm
New York
ready
Giants.
now. No, we're talking about the Giants right now. What you mean it's on the agenda?
We got enough time.
Yes, we do. Anyway.
So, but I want to get to this. I want to hear what you think. So today, Josh Gordon. Remember Josh Gordon? He used to play with the Browns, the receiver, right?
That's one that problem with who?
Remember, he got suspended a lot for smoking weed, and then he missed, but he a baller. But today he had 5 receptions for 130 and a tub. So that was a great pickup by them. Gronk was out today. So, and their number 1 pick.
I mean, Gronk always out. He always hurt every 2 or 3 weeks.
You got to be the biggest.
Most hurt. Most effective, most hurt player I've ever seen.
You need to stop spiking the ball so hard. Maybe that's the problem.
Come on, Gronk. I'm out every other week.
Who do you think I had the biggest victory of Week 8 in the NFL?
I feel like the Chiefs, honestly, because you're just taking the opportunity to establish yourself. Besides that one loss, who did they lose to again?
Lost to the Patriots.
But not really. So other
Tom
than
Brady.
that, I feel like they're really going out their way to really establish themselves. Mahoney, you're each week, time and time again, you're just showing that you are who they said you were, who we thought you are.
They are. Who we thought they are.
Who we thought you were. Okay?
You want to crown them?
All right, so I feel like not necessarily it's a big game or big win, but I feel like, you know, time and time again, week after week, they keep establishing who they are. They're definitely a threat out there.
So you have them coming out the AFC?
Oh, yeah, come on.
So you have them beating the Patriots in the AFC Championship.
I do not have you beating the Patriots because at the end of the day,
maybe not in Foxborough.
It's hard for me to admit Tom Brady is Tom Brady. But that's going to be the big challenge for you. You already had that challenge early on. You know, so hopefully you can gain some experience from that and use that when the time comes, if the time comes. But no, I don't have you beating the Patriots, but I have you playing the Patriots.
So y'all let us know down in the comments whether you think that Kansas City Chiefs can beat the New England Patriots in an AFC Championship.
So how about you? Who do you think was like the big winner week 8?
For me, I got to go with the New Orleans Saints. I got to go with the Saints. I feel like I got to go with Drew. I got to give it to him. Like, people are saying Mahomes going to win MVP girly, but Drew, he's having a
good year.
He balling hard. He is balling hard.
So is Drew the same age as Tom Brady or not?
I don't know.
They keep talking about
they basically the same age. They old as heck.
But I mean, Drew Brees, no one's like bringing him up when it comes to like stats and you know how much longer he's capable of. But he's out here showing that he might be an MVP out here in these streets.
Tom Brady's older.
Okay, I get it. I mean, they're in the same bracket.
2 years apart.
So these are two players wwho are, you know, obviously at the end of their careers, but they're still playing better.
They playing at a high level. They playing better than Jameis.
Playing better.
Jameis, you 20 years younger than him.
Jameis, really? Though, Jameis, real. Anyways.
So for me, it was the Saints. Saints, they stepped up this week. I don't know, the NFC is just.
No, let's get to the Giants. Okay, so now that we're back in the NFC, we're going to discuss the Giants. I know they had a bye week, but I'm sick of this. Y'all better stop doing Eli dirty out here in these streets like he ain't got 2 rings. Okay, y'all not going to be talking about Eli like he has to put his heart
Eli, they say you're not getting the ball out fast enough.
I don't care. Eli been the same player he always been. Don't expect, not to call it an Eli dog, don't expect a dog to have new traits. Like, Eli always been the same player he's always been. Like, at the end of the day, you got to fix your O-line, your offensive line, okay? Even they say that's why Saquon's not getting out like he should because our O-line is weak. The problem is not Eli, so please stop. Please stop doing Eli dirty out here. Like, he didn't bring you 2 rings, like, with the disrespect. And then y'all want to ship out Coughlin, although Jacksonville is making a hot mess this week. Did they have a bye?
They had a bye.
Anyway, so besides this year,
last
year... Or do they play tomorrow?
No, they had a bye this week.
Anyway, so you ship Coughlin down to Jacksonville, and he basically turned that whole thing around. Although this year, y'all looking a little suspect.
Still.
But I'm just saying, like, obviously, Coughlin wasn't the issue. Eli's not the issue. Fix your offensive line. Stop being disrespectful. Championship race.
Eli done, all right? Eli done. It's time for the next... It's time for the next player. Y'all rookie that y'all drafted, he got arrested during the week.
What?
He got arrested on his way to practice. They never said what he got arrested
so
for.
So you just gonna tell me new information while we take it.
He got arrested.
So anyway,
so we don't even know.
Obviously we got haters out here. This includes one of them.
If y'all enjoyed the video today.
No, I'm not done. Fix the offensive line. Stop talking about Eli. Okay? Show some respect. Show some respect out here.
Respect.
In these streets.
Gotta put some respect on Eli's name.
Put some respect. With the X, respect. Put some respect on Eli's name. Okay?
R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
No, I think it was the X. Put some respect on Eli's name. But anyways, we're gonna move on. I hope y'all enjoyed this week. of week 8 in the NFL rundown. Let me know what y'all think down here in the comments. And, you know, we're going to cover week 9 this time. Are we done?
And don't forget to leave a thumb up.
Thumb up and stuff.
And subscribe.
Yeah,
subscribe.
Check
turn your notification on so you can know when we post new videos.
See what I'm looking like.
And we'll be seeing y'all week 9.
Yeah, we're going to see what y'all, check that.